Hey everybody, it's me, Anthony, and I just want to say thank you all for being here for the world premiere of Loose Change. The way this works is that I choose one topic and then select 2 episodes from maybe about 3 years or so ago and something that's more recent. And this week I picked long distance real estate as the topic, and the episodes that I've decided to choose is the one from February 2021 with my guy Shawn Ackerman and the real estate diva Zena Dixon from June 2023. So don't forget to leave a 5-star review on Apple, like and subscribe. Now let's get to
18 months that it took me to build my team. I knew management, I knew a realtor, I knew insurance, I knew a loan officer, and I knew a title company was going to be my 5 people that I need. Property management, because they have all those other people that are affiliated with them, the contractors, the handyman, and all that. So I would just make a list, right? I would just make a list of whatever discipline. When I was flying down from LaGuardia to O'Hare and driving into Milwaukee, I would have my list of 5, 6, or 7 people from that specific discipline that I was going to see that weekend, right? And I would call them ahead of time and then call them maybe a week before. Hey, listen, just to confirm, I'm flying in, on Friday, Saturday, whatever. And I just want to make sure we're confirmed for this time. So it was a cold call initially, right? Talking to them over the phone, explaining to them over the phone, but meeting them in person was just kind of like the icing on the cake. It was, and a lot of times, to be honest with you, a lot of those conversations wasn't really just straight business, right? Because I want to know who people are, right? Like, behind the, hey, this is the service that I provide. Like, where, what's your family dynamic look like, right? Where'd you go to school, right? What are your aspirations? What are you trying to do long term, right? And I have to figure out if I can fit in that, right? And I'm also sharing with them what my aspirations are. Here's a guy from New York, coming into your market, and I'm telling you, I can help grow your business. I haven't done a single deal at this point, but I had that vision, right? I had that vision like, yo, this is what I'm really going to be able to accomplish for you. And I want you to be on my team to do that, right? Being in the 9-to-5 space, having like case managers under me or having, understanding that dynamic, I think that was very helpful too. That was a very helpful skill because I interview people, for that position, for those case manager positions regularly, right? That's a high turnover type of position. I prefer to grow with people, right? I like building stuff from the ground up, building a solid foundation, because with that, you can stack anything on top of it, right? Once it's built and the foundation is solid, you can stack anything on top of it. But if you build something on sand, just because you're ready to deploy capital and you're ready to start investing, then it's going to crumble at some point. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm able to I bought 7 or 8 properties last year for myself, haven't gone through a single one of them. Right. They all closed without me seeing them. I just have photos, but I have a team that I trust and rely on to get me good information to help me underwrite the deals. And all I got to do is just wire the funds to the title company. And I use Merit Title out in Milwaukee. So if anybody's looking at Milwaukee, man, Merit Title out of Brookfield, they are awesome, man. You know what I mean? So
this is really good that you actually are taking the time out today to kind of give the people something that they never thought was possible. Or even if it is possible, they probably didn't hear or meet somebody that has actually done it. I know I haven't. I mean, I hear about it all the time.
Cool. So that's why I've never done a podcast before. So each one teach one. You feel me?
Yep. So, I mean, I don't want to keep the people here forever because I know we can actually dive into this because I'm actually excited about the different businesses that you have within your company. I mean, as an umbrella company, because you talked about growing from 1 unit to 87 units, and actually now you're actually getting investors. And then also, I guess my next question would be about the funnel.
It's looking good. So I'm buying and I'm using the delayed finance method, right? So whereas I buy cash, then I put debt on the property after the property is cleaned up, renovated, put tenants in place, then I go to the bank. I've always done. So it's funny story. My very first wholesale deal, I put two people together. Like one, it was a 3/3 duplex. The seller had cut up into like a rooming house style, right? So it was getting like 400 a unit, 1,600 up, 1,600 down. It's a cash cow, right? It's very easy on the eyes in terms of numbers, right? So I wanted to take this down, but I didn't have the capital. So I had to market it on Bigger Pockets, right? So I put it out on Bigger Pockets that I have this deal. I was putting it in Facebook posts, or I probably used Craigslist and all that, just to tell people like, hey, listen, I have this deal. I can't buy it now, but I'm willing to give it to you for a fee, right? And one of the guys hit me up on Bigger Pockets. He was actually local to Milwaukee. Dan, my guy still to this day, my first buyer. So he hit me up, but Dan didn't have all the capital. I think I was getting it for $26,000. And I was probably selling it for like 33, 32, something like that. So Dan didn't have all the capital. Dan probably had like 18, 19 grand. Another guy from New Hampshire hit me up on BP. Hey, Shawn, I see you got this deal. You know, I'm interested in it. Are you interested in doing seller financing? I didn't really know much about seller financing at that time, but his issue was he didn't have all the capital. So I said, hold up. We got my man from Milwaukee. We got you. Together, y'all can make that 33 grand make sense. Let me put y'all together. So I put them together. We got on a group email, or however we put it together. They start talking. They formed a partnership through me, like through me reaching out or speaking to both of them. And they formed the LLC and bought the deal, man. That was my very first wholesale deal. It's crazy. A rooming house, two investors that didn't know each other. They don't know me. We've never seen each other. I mean, after that, I was hooked, man. And I made a $6,000 check, and it's been off to the races ever since.
Because when someone passes, you have no control. But buying property, I have control. So I was able to just throw myself into this process of learning how to buy multifamily, of getting all my paperwork together, working with lenders, and just figuring out the whole process. Looking at properties, asking questions, working with a realtor, all that kind of stuff. And it really helped me with my depression. Plus, I was able to accomplish a goal that I set for myself. Because at the top of the year, was it 2021? 2021, I said, I'm not going to let this year go without buying a property. And in June, I was able to close on my first property.
Nice. So can you walk us through the numbers of your first property?
Absolutely. So again, height of the pandemic, all the stuff still going on. And people were scared to fly. Let me go back. So initially, when I first started looking, I lived in New Jersey, and looking at 4 units was like upwards of $800,000 to $1 million. And these properties were worn down. And I just mentally, I could not wrap my head around paying so much for a 4-unit building. So again, Instagram to the rescue, talking about real estate, buying out of state, out of state investors. So I was just like, okay, let me look at that. So I had come out to Chicago for work one year, and I like Chicago. I think Chicago is a vibe, especially during the summer. And I was just like, well, let me look at their inventory, because I know that they have a lot of multifamilies. And, I had put in like 3 offers on the 3 different buildings, and the last one stuck. And even though, which I caution my clients and students now, do not buy at market, buy under market. But at the time, I was just in a frenzy. I was like, yes, so I did buy the property, and my interest rate was like 2.7%. I inherited tenants. So I walked into a situation that was newly rehabbed, that had tenants in place. The property passed the self-sufficiency test, which is 75% of the rents have to cover the mortgage. And that was true with the the rents being under market. So I was just like, this is a no-brainer for me because I'm going to bring the property, the rents up to market. The unit that I'm supposed to occupy as the owner occupant, once I leave, that'll be an additional $1,200 to $1,300 in cash flow. So I was just like, I'm still winning, it's okay. And at the end of 2021, the identical building across the street was purchased and they paid $50,000 more than I paid. So that bumps up things because of the comps. So I was just like, this was a good idea.
So how much did you pay for the property?
$457.
Okay, so $457. So that means the one across started for $507. Just rough numbers.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Especially at like, was it 2.7%?
Yes. Yes.
And you did it through the conventional way or hard money lender, or how did you fund it?
I did FHA with 3.5% down. I did not go after any down payment assistance programs because I'm impatient. When I want something, I just want it right then and there. But again, something I teach my students in my one-on-one consultations is go for the down payment assistance because you can get 100% down payment assistance and you get to keep more money. So you can probably get into another deal. But because I'm impatient and because I just had this need to like really, really close on a property and get it done as quickly as possible to cross that off my checklist, I just paid out of pocket. But still, the leverage that's there was tremendous. So to me, it was just a no-brainer.
Nice. Now, because real estate is mostly male dominated, how was that being a woman inside this environment? Has been beneficial or detrimental to your experience?
I would say a little of both. And the reason why is because dealing with some realtors and some lenders, and you're the woman on the phone.
Thank you for watching the first of many Loose Change episodes. Be sure to smash that like button. What episode should I get some change from next? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, everybody, y'all be safe. I'm out. Peace.